Oi, oi, guys. Up and at 'em, but it's later. It's not in the morning. But I'm out here doing it. And actually, I just wanted to say, hey, hit the old subscribe, give the old thumbs up, pass it around, yeah, because I want to reach a bunch of people. I want to reach more people, and have people. I've actually had some people that I don't know that have come up on YouTube and made some good comments, and it's like, okay, so I want to get it out there. I want to get the word out. So I need you guys to help me out with that one, and hit the old subscribe and the old thumbs up and get the old videos out there. But anyway, I had a bit of a problem. But it's actually prompted this video. And I'm so happy that I can get to come out here and walk, because if the story this morning was a different story, and what I mean by walk, I mean walk with my phone, because it's based around the phone. So I'm not the kind of person that I love technology. I really do. I love technology, unless it's like, there's some technologies out there now that it worries me a little bit. But as far as technology goes and that, yeah, I love it. I want to get the newest and greatest and all that, if you can afford it, of course. But then I don't use it to its full potential, or I don't know how to, and I'll get intimidated by it a little bit, and then what I end up doing is not bothering with it, or get someone else to help me out. And the thing is, guys, is all the while I proved it today, or proved it over the last couple of days. But all the while we're getting somebody to help us out like that, without actually really putting our mind to it and getting our head around it first and going for it that way first, we don't learn. Because whenever there's some kind of gadget or computer problem or anything like that, I always get my wife, because she's a computer engineer, and she knows her way around the ins and outs of a computer more than I do. And way more than I do, of course. That's what she got a degree in. So I tend to pass things off and go into that bit of a panic zone and stuff, because I've got my bloody, especially when it came to the phone, because I've got some of my work, all my calendars on there, and I'm trying to get my head out of the sun. I've got all my calendar on there and everything. So. And contacts, everything's on there, and bloody apps. I've got all different kinds of apps. Anyway, what happened was, first of all, about getting people to help, try it first yourself, and then I'm going to tell you the story and why, and go in within. And what actually happened to me today, or the past couple of days, was I don't ever play games hardly on my phone. Very, very rarely. I've got a gaming thing for that. I can go on the TV and play. So I very rarely play games. I've downloaded a few, and I get bored, and I normally uninstall them and get rid of them, because it's also dangerous. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting there playing games on your bloody phone as well, and not present. So it can be dangerous. So anyway, I was sitting there last night. My youngest was sitting next to me. Can you hear that crow above my head? My youngest was sitting next to me, and this thing came up, and it was saying earn money to play and blah blah blah. And I thought, oh, all right, because my wife has been involved in these games. She's got one now where you can earn money as you play. Now I hear a hawk, and he's sitting right up there. I don't know what it is about animals. Look, they're all around me now. They weren't there. Now they're all up. The crows are up there somewhere. So there was this. My wife plays this thing where, as she plays these games, she plays games on her phone. But as she plays these games, she can accumulate money. She said it takes forever and ever. But hey, right? If you're playing anyway, it doesn't really matter. But so I see this thing, and I thought, oh shit, and it was like solitaire or something. So it said no, you don't have to pay and all that, because I'm always dubious about that. I never give a freaking credit card over on nothing. And so I downloaded it, and there was a couple of other downloads that I'd done in the same night, last night. So basically what happened, I got bored, like I usually do, and I uninstalled, and there was this other one called, it was use your phone as a projector for the wall. I thought, God, that'd be interesting. Shit, yeah, it's like, yeah, give me a great big massive screen, you can't have them big enough. All right, ego. So I thought, yeah, all right. So I had downloaded that, and I went into it, and it says, hey, pick what you're going to use, and I hit the YouTube, and I picked a video, and then it just disappeared. Like, it went off. I went back to my page, and I thought, that's weird. So I went into my where all my apps are and everything, and it wasn't even in there. And I remember it saying, I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it was a turn your phone into a projector, basically. And I remember the little tablet, the little picture, which comes into play. So it disappeared. So I thought, oh, it must have uninstalled itself. So, because, the way my mind thinks, it ain't there. It's not in my phone anywhere. It's not showing, so it's uninstalled. So I pick the phone up, all of a sudden these ads start popping up, and it was no joke. It was like, you could be messaging someone and it would just go, there was no control with it whatsoever. They just kept popping up, and it was starting to drive me a bit loopy. So I asked my youngest, and I said, I've got this going on. So she goes, here, give me your phone. And now, my kids, you've only got to give them a phone and say, I wanted to do this, and they can do it, right? But my youngest was looking at it, and she's like, oh, I don't know, you got a virus. And I'm like, oh, no, right? Because now I've got to tell my wife, I go, dopey, do. I got a virus. So I'm like, oh no, so I'm playing around with it, and I'm trying to get it to work. And these ads just kept popping up. And then in the end, I'm like, I said to Tracy, hey, listen, I've got a virus on my phone. She goes, all right, doopy do. I'll look at it in a minute. So she grabs my phone, and she's going through it, and she's like, I can't figure this out. We're gonna have to take it in. And I'm like, because I don't even know, even when I walk in, I'm talking to like real technical people, and I'm not really technical. So when they say to me, oh, where's it in the da-da-da-da, I'm like, huh? And my wife knows. So I normally have to take her, because she speaks the lingo, because they don't make it kind of simple. Can you talk to me like a 2-year-old when it comes to this stuff? And I get it. So I don't normally. So I'm saying, well, hey, could you come in, because I don't know what's going on. I wouldn't even know how to explain all this. I just say I've got a virus, and then they're going to be like, well, what's your password to this? And then I don't even know that, right? So anyway, it came down to this, and I use my phone for sounds at night when I sleep and everything. I have it kicking. I put different sounds on so I can sleep, because where I lived in London, I was right on a main road, and it was always noisy. So, I tell all my guys, when you're brought up in an environment, so I go to sleep to noise. I've got to have noise in the background. And also, I do these videos on a Friday morning, and I tried, and it was popping. I'm like, oh no, will I be able to use the video tomorrow? So anyway, Friday morning comes around, there I am, walking with the phone, ads start cutting, it didn't even come up with the ad, it just cut the YouTube out. The camera out, it just cut it out. And I'm thinking, oh, this is a real deep problem right here. So I started going to that little bit of a panic area. Like, oh no, But, and then I started, it was building up a little bit with me, because all the thoughts of, I've got my clients on here, sometimes I might have to do a WhatsApp call, or, oh no, what's going on? But and then I got in, and I was a bit annoyed because I didn't get to do this video, which I do every Friday morning. And then I thought no, and this is where the training comes in. And I thought no. And I remember being in the kitchen and thinking, actually Dan came to mind in the group, because I know he's been reading about Stoicism and stuff. And it kind of came to mind of, it's happened. What's worrying going to do to fix it? Nothing. The best solution is keep calm and try and figure it out, work it out. So I put the post out in the group saying, hey, there ain't going to be a vlog today because I think the camera got a virus. And there's a bunch of tech guys in there. And, thanks to Grom again, and putting the word out and saying, hang on, let's try and figure this out. But so I'm sitting there thinking, right, let's try and figure this out. And I just became patient because I don't have much of that. And my daughter, funny thing is, my daughter came out. I'm listening to music right now. And my daughter came out and she's doing artwork next to me. She goes, "You mind if I do artwork?" And wow, and she paints and stuff. So she's sitting next to me, and as I'm trying to work this thing out, and I'm also looking and answering messages and stuff, these ads kept popping up, and my daughter would start chuckling because she'd hear me go, breathing. But it's all part of the tools. It's all part of the tools. It's a matter of tuning into the breath and keeping the anger down, thinking, I'm going to get on top of you. I'm going to find out. I'm going to figure this out. And I just kept, as these ads kept coming up, I kept on missing bits and pieces. And I thought, hang on a minute, let's stop. Because my anger was taking over and I was just flicking it off, just getting rid of it at that point, because I thought, we're going to the shop. And I thought, no, let's see what the damn, if there's any information on the ad. Anyway, one of these ones popped up, and I saw at the top of the ad the little tablet that was the phone recorder thing, projector for the room, for the wall. If you put it on, and I thought, hang on a minute, I thought that disappeared because it wasn't in my phone. It didn't show up anywhere. And so I tapped on it. I thought, we can't do any more damage, can I? So I tapped it, and it came up, and it was an active app, just running in the background, and it kept throwing these ads out, and it was that projector app, but it weren't a projector. It was basically an app for ads, and so I flicked down, and it said in the bottom uninstall. So I hit that. Bingo. Now I had my kids look at this phone. My wife looks at the phone. And it just goes to show that if you just breathe, don't get annoyed. Because I tell you, that breathing exercising that I was doing, I'm joking about it now, I'm laughing about it, but I was dead serious, because that phone would have zung, right? It would have gone, the old me would have launched it and got annoyed and been just absolutely like going into that area, and then the anxiety would kick in and all that. It's not worth it. If you just think, it's happened. It's happened. There's nothing I can do apart from look for the solution. So if you start thinking and slow down and think, right, what's the solution? What's happened? Try and backtrack if you can. Try and figure out a solution. Because the panic and the worry, all that does is clog this to allow this, your third eye, your ajna, to open and see. It clogs up. It's negative. It's fear-based. So as soon as you start going into those areas where your mind's starting to go, oh shit, over something that may have happened, just calm it, breathe, tell yourself it's happened. Now what's the solution? What can I do? What can I do to figure this out? And that worked for me today. I like to put things out there that work. And that bloody worked for me today. And I teach my guy this all the time. Is think, become present. And when you do it, when you practice it, and you see it working, you carry this forward. And this is your route to figuring out your anxiety and your fears. Is doing the work, using the tools, and becoming present. That's what Buddhism is all about. It's about being present and awareness. They asked the Buddha to sum up Buddhism in one word. He said awareness. And that's what it's all about. It's about what I did. Tuning into, hang on a minute, I'm starting to feel panicky, which goes back to not feeling good enough and etc., and not feeling like I can do it, not being able to move forward because of those background things. And I'm telling you guys, this is what I teach. This is what I help with my guys once I start knowing their story and start looking. It's about becoming present and learning what you're feeling and knowing what you can do about that. Stay the course, guys. Namaste.